Hello, everyone. Hello. I have missed this and missed you all. It's so you have seen my regular videos. This is the first time I'm sitting down since, let's see, how far back do I go? It was May. Oh, look, I didn't write anything here. I need to catch up a little bit and I need to write some things here, but I also want to get this video out, and that's to me a little bit more important. I did this one this week. So it's like a houses night theme and then kind of this journal theme. I really love this one. It was gorgeous to just kind of thumb through these pages, have these colors here. And yeah, that was really pretty. And then this has been so cheerful this week. My goodness, it was really nice to be using these pages this week. So that's how long it's been. And I'm healing up really well. The surgery went amazing. It is quite amazing when everyone listens to you. So I don't have a lot of huge needs, but I do have some specific needs so I don't wake up in pain, and they followed them. And I did find out what that drug was back in December. It was called gabapentin, and it was kind of a muscle relaxer a little bit, and I don't do well with those. I really don't. So I was like super dizzy. That was done like, I think it was like December 29th. And between then and May 1st, they discontinued giving that to anybody. So, I don't know. Maybe my doctor just ordered it and she didn't order it this time. But I was just thankful that when I woke up, it was very calm. I was in no pain and I woke up just very gently. I don't know. I love going to the facility that I go to, and I hope I have the opportunity to keep going there in case I need anything else. So yeah, I was just thankful for that. I was thankful that the results of the surgery went really well. Yeah, so there's that, and I'll share some other news along the way. First, also, I want to just say a huge thank you for reaching 1,000 subscribers. That was like my goal for the last couple years. Actually, my YouTube anniversary, I don't think it's the 26th. I think it's the 29th. Anyway, it's one or the other. So either it's this coming Sunday or it's next week. I'm pretty sure it's the 29th is what I wrote down. And I actually couldn't believe it had been 2 years. I have been doing stuff on YouTube longer than that, but in terms of planning videos, that was my first one 2 years ago. So it only feels like it's been a year. But then I have to look back and think, oh, that's right. I started off in Moxie Life and I was doing those for quite a bit. But then the middle of that year, well, no. So I did Moxie Life for like May through the end of the year, got a new Moxie Life, but then right around Christmas time, holiday time, that's when Catherine released her Sterling ink. I didn't get the first order, so I got the undated later, and got that in March. So that's when I kind of switched over to these. And I thought the ghosting, like, honestly, would really distract me. For me, eye clutter, like just having things in my field of vision that is separate from the information that I'm taking in, it can be really kind of discombobulating. So, but no, I mean, I just love this design so much. And I was reading in the Facebook group for Papertess that she in April, actually, I missed it, had kind of like asked people what would be their dream setup. And I was finally getting to read through those, and a lot of people said A6, so maybe that's coming. I know the A5 She has undated, so I'm really crossing fingers. And then she had shared an A5 Slim would be her like dream, which I don't know about Slim. I think I need more real estate than that. But then someone else kind of chimed in the group, like a 2-book. Although I don't mind having one, I've never had 2 for the year, but I will comment on this. This is not a B6 cover. It's a Moterm, but it's actually a personal Versa that was missing the insert. So it was a personal that had like the insert and stuff. And when I first put this in at the beginning of the year, there was so much extra room. But if you look at it now, there's like, it's chunking up big time. And I'm really glad I had this because it was getting just a little too big for my B6. And yeah, and I like getting covers like this on a discount that might be missing something or need a little extra love. And right now it's fitting it perfectly. So, yeah, maybe a 2-book would be a little better. Although, yeah, I guess, yeah, I still would do like an A5. Anyway, they brought up A5 vertical 2-book, and I'm like, yeah, that would be amazing. Even an A5 vertical 1-book. I think a 1-book I would prefer, but still. One or the other with a vertical that had space around it, like sterling ink, but Papertess. Then I would have 1 book, and I wouldn't be doing 2 like this. Because the right after the weeks, I'm hoping, would be like, well, even Teresa, I believe that's how you say her name. Teresa was saying like, just 5 pages afterward, which is what I'm kind of feeling as well, is like, although I've been making use of the 7. So it's going to be really interesting what she comes out with. And I am trying not to like get too far ahead with things because, you know, we're in the middle of the year. Let's enjoy it. But if there is a pre-order, either way, I know Papertess comes later. So, but I still might pre-order a sterling ink. I would get an A5 vertical compact. They don't have a horizontal there yet, but I would not be surprised if Catherine came out with like this kind of version. For an A5, maybe. I'm just speculating. I have absolutely no news. I know she released the daily, where it just has the months and the days. So, not something I would use. I kind of struggle with the dailies. But yeah, it's that time of year where you kind of go, how am I doing this year? It's not so much about looking forward. It's like, how am I doing this year in this? How are things going? So anyway, we are planning from May 20th through the 26th. Yep. I am using this candle that my mom got me that is probably from a very, very discounted store, maybe a dollar store. I don't know. This is not like quality. That doesn't matter to me right now. The concept though was healing, and she gave this to me, I think at the holiday time. And she just wanted to spread that sentiment. So it's kind of a really light, fruity scent, like barely fruity, I guess. So it's nice. It's, you know, I don't think it has like, if anyone knows that brand name, maybe it's from like TJ Maxx or something. But I'm just using it. I kind of forgot which candle I was using. I have to look back on which candle. I'm also highlighting the last of the lilacs here. These are from my mom's yard. They're like the double purples, and they're a little wilty. They're on their last legs here, but they're just so gorgeous. I didn't really get to enjoy lilac season like I wanted to. Not many bloomed around here. I think a lot of neighbors like trimmed theirs back, just people moving around their yard stuff, you know, they're allowed to do that. Yeah. So let's see, I picked out kind of a pink and purple. What I'm basing it off of this week is this washi tape I just got, which is kind of like a desk or a shelf type look. Or desk, I guess. Maybe shelfy. I don't know. Things on a flat surface. I thought it was cute. It has a little bit of a pink undertone. A little bit. So yeah, that's all I'm using. And so, yeah, not really a sticker set. I'm just kind of inspired by this washi. And keeping things simple as I kind of re-enter into everything. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who has joined me on my journey here. I have a lot of plan with me's, and those are getting to be not as popular as my other content. I can only do so many kind of, they're a little bit more coachy, inspiry, aren't they? They're just kind of like talking about things. I plan to do more. I'm trying to think of what my next one will be, and maybe by the time you're seeing this, well, it'll come out after this regardless, but I don't know. I really wanted to do that series. So kind of like how to make decisions, how to start those decisions, how to be in the middle of things, and then how to end them. Maybe I should do how to celebrate. No, I think I kind of covered that. But, oops, I got some of the erasable on there. Maybe I can erase that off. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to keep things just really, really simple. I did pull a card. The last cards really helped. Actually, I should write it here as well. I was wondering if I had room in this one. I know I rewrote it in, well, here it is. So I did Maker of Candles the last 2 weeks, a time to actualize your desires through intention, planning, and action. So not the best one to get right after surgery, but I also knew I wanted to hang on to it. So I kept it through this week, and it has been kind of inspiring me through this week as I'm like feeling a lot better about things. And then I pulled this card today, just a bit ago, and 2 candles. How will you balance your passions now? Stay put or chase something new? So I really like kind of that dichotomy of like, do I stay where I'm comfortable? Do I do something new? And getting to like 1,000 is one thing, but I just kind of finished, in a sense, like I'm not completely finished with that series, but I got to the point where I was talking about finishing things, and I knew that there was a natural pause there. So there is kind of this like feeling of, do I, keep going along these lines? Do I talk about something new? What do I do? So that's kind of where I'm at. Just naturally where I'm at with things. And I thought these kind of paired well with this. There's some kind of pink and splotchy, and I don't know. It kind of feels similar to me enough so that this is what I'm using. Yeah, so what else is going well? Yeah, I guess I'm trying to think if I should jump to the biggest thing. So if you have been around for a while, and I'm trying to think, should I put it here? Yeah, probably right there. You knew that my husband lost his job last year. He was part of some layoffs that were happening across the tech industry, and it's been a ride. But we were riding that ride really well. And all I have to say is he signed on for a new job. So we cannot be more thrilled. We have been just, you get that, is this real? Is this really happening? I hope it's real, kind of thing. We're still kind of in that headspace. Is this really happening? But I think it's starting to sink in a little bit more. So he doesn't start till June, the beginning of June. And it just feels like we can exhale. It just feels like, oh my God, thank goodness. Money, security, and just health benefits and everything. Like, we had these excellent, whoa, got a little wrinkly there. Excellent benefits we could continue for a while. Of course, they're super expensive, but I needed to still have quite a bit of things, surgeries, other things, support going on. I think I'm going to move this a little down. That's a big sticker. Maybe I'll put it like here, so it looks a little bit more on purpose. That sticker needs some room. Finish this one. I know it looks a little wonky, but I think it'd look weird if it's... Yeah, that's fine. Sundays are always a little different. They're always a little different. Oh, and I was going to use these. So we are 20th, starting with 20th. But yeah, we've been riding that ride. Things are going well with school. Things are going well with a lot of things. It just, to me, there's just so much shifting and good things going on that it's a little like, it's hard to comprehend. When things have been like really rough for a while, it's kind of hard to go, okay, you're okay. Everything's okay. And I know a lot of people still aren't there yet. Like, there's been so many tech layoffs, that it's really competitive out there. And sometimes it felt like knowing, having connections to companies really does help. Sometimes it didn't matter. Ultimately though, like, it did take having, knowing people that were at the company, it really did take that to make that jump. We didn't know. We did not know how it was going to go. It's just, we're still a little in shock. I'll just say that. Ooh, I really like those numbers. That's really nice. Let me see if I can get some of this extra ink up. Here we go. Since it's erasable ink there. Then I think I'm just going to leave those blank, because I think if I put something down here this tall, it's gonna, I think I need some room. Now that I'm more active, as in I'm actually out there getting stuff done, I do want room for all the things that I'm working on. So my allergies have been acting up, but I have to say I'm thankful I'm not coming down with anything that I know of. Let's see. But I do know a lot of people are still getting sick out there. Our cold, flu, anything sick is still kind of going on. Especially here in the Pacific Northwest, we're still having a bit of cooler weather at times. So it can be a little hard. Let's see if I can get this wrinkle out here. So yeah, I really haven't been talking. This is just kind of like, is this how I do YouTube? Is this what I normally do? I mean, I do love it. The biggest thing for me when I was coming in and out of all my appointments and things was like, I would not be able to have, well, okay, so I entered entrepreneurship 2005, kind of 2004-ish. So yeah, I'm up there. So, and I knew, like, being neurodivergent, just like I didn't do well in a big office setting. And so being able to do my own thing in my own space, you know, lights being too bright or having to wear clothes that were too tight, or, you know, there was just a lot of things that just make me so much more comfortable at home. But I also kind of, so I was a web designer for a long time, and that really, really did help during those years. It was hard when I had my son. It was really hard because web coding and making things live really can have to happen after hours. So I couldn't quite keep the same like schedule as before. But having a YouTube channel when I can like pre-record a bunch and have things go up when I need to, like, I was like, this is so amazing that I can keep so much momentum in my channel when I'm healing. Like, that was the mind-blowing thing. And I think that's why a lot of people with chronic illnesses or neurodivergent are coming to this platform. Not only because I can also feel like I can talk freely, because being interrupted and just having a conversation with someone can be really hard for my ADHD to just keep up and kind of say what I want to say. I mean, I've had interviews on my podcast that I love. I still love doing that, and I want to keep those over there. But I think having a channel, I think for a lot of people, is just exercising that, as my throat kind of needs clearing, exercising that, hey, I can say some things and not be interrupted or judged. I mean, you can leave comments, whatever. I know how to handle them. If you notice any of my comments, they're a little interesting. But just, it's just such, excuse me, a gift to be able to have work keep going when you need to take a big pause. So that was my reflection of the week. But let's see, wins, what worked, what didn't. I also, as I was healing up, was watching some, just futzing around with YouTube, watching things, nothing like conspiracy theory or anything like that. But I did get into some videos that skewed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, insights. This one I want right here. And then shifts. And then feelings. These are what I reflect upon. Anyway, I was noticing that I was like, oh, this is really influencing my YouTube feed of like what I would like to watch and, well, what it's suggesting to me. And I did not really like what was coming up because I only wanted to see a certain creator, not like the whole genre that it was pulling up. I'm like, no, it's just this creator that I'm interested in. And I was like, oh, so when people put thumbs down on things, I think they're thinking, I don't know what they're thinking, I think some people can view it as it's like Netflix, where it will just kind of remove that kind of content. In essence, it's more interacting with your video and pumping it up a little higher, and it still suggests those videos to that user, and so that user gets more annoyed. So, and I think YouTube likes that friction, because that's what they want, is like just a bunch of interaction. They don't want a bunch of positive interaction necessarily. They just want interaction. So I realized very quickly, when you go to your history, and I'm sure a lot of you know about this, if you just like go through and, well, you can clear your history, but if you just remove the videos that started leaning towards the other way, just remove them from your history, and it really cleans up real quick. Like, I was like, I hope people know that if they really don't want to see my videos, just go to your history and like remove the videos of mine that you've seen. Like, it might still suggest, but a lot of times it really doesn't. Like, it really cut mine real quick on, oh, we just will not recommend that anymore. So if you don't know that, just want to let you know, because you may be new here, because there are a lot of new faces. Hello, hello. But if you just want to like move on and do other things, and I'm still popping up in your feed, or, you know, if you have that situation with another creator, just go to your, what is this? Oh, that's how I needed to make some stuff. I'm not doing that anymore. Yeah, just remove it from your history and it will clean up so much faster, because just putting thumbs down doesn't really, it doesn't do what you think it's going to do. But if anyone has any other perspectives on that, that's just my experience with, because I do consume a lot on YouTube. I do. I am surprised. I've had YouTube Premium for a long time, and I scoffed at it at first. I was like, why would I want this? You know? But I prefer all my subscriptions not to have ads. I do not like ads. I get so distracted. I don't remember what the plot was right before the ads came on. Like, it really disrupts all of the program that I'm watching, whether it's YouTube or anywhere else. So I pay for those ads because I want my peace. And so, yeah, we ended up getting premium about, I would say, about the time I started on YouTube. So about 2 years now. And it's amazing how much we are consuming on there compared to all the other like channels, services. We don't have all the services. There's a few right now we definitely do not have. And then there's some that I like to pay for yearly. I don't know. That's me rambling. So I'm going to write the card info here. And if you are new here, I pull a card just to give my mind kind of a new perspective. And it's kind of like if you have a quote that you like, or a Bible quote or something that kind of influence your next week. That's kind of, I like the randomness of things because it kind of jolts my mind to thinking a little differently. So I'm going to write this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I really do like that question. Because, I mean, balance is relative, right? It's like, I'm just going to tuck this here. And it's, you know, you're always going to swing around to having things that are more important in one area or the other. I was just thinking, I think I want to use a little green on here. Although these are like 3 different greens. Do I want a brown? Maybe that's what I want. I'm going to talk as I figure that out, because I have my other planner here has my swatches in the back. I I would love to hear from you. Is there something that you would love to see on this channel that other people do? I try to just kind of do my own thing. And, you know, sometimes that can be the best thing. Let's see. So these are my mild liners. I'm trying to do a Tombow here. After someone suggested trying to stay away from the dot markers because they bleed too much, I am trying to stick to my Tombows for now. Let's see. If I hold this up here, there is kind of this brown color. I don't want it too dark. This is kind of peachy, but I think the light pink over here is doing better for that. There is this one. The 942 is just kind of a nice, or something a little warmer. I think the little warmer one actually, 980. Let's just do that. Have something else available because the green is a little dark. Let's see if I can get this one out. Anywho, there's still more going on. And I do want to share those. So this is my ADHD. I completely forgot the number just now. I think I said 942. But I'm going to double check that. No, I said 942. I want 990. 990. Okay. And I just closed my spot. That's okay. 990. Here it is. Because you cannot judge these pen caps at all. Anyway, okay, that's super light. I thought that was going to be a little bit more, but it's fine. I actually prefer it a little lighter like that. I should write something. Admin errands. I want to do like communication because there are some things I want to communicate on, and whoa, that's pink. My husband's starting dinner, so that is the noise in background. Let's see, make sure those are back down there. Okay, so that is my week. I'm trying to think, like, I think I'll use the green though to make some just little bullet points up here. Because I really like having like 3 things for the week. And let's see. So the other part, maybe I'll use the brush part. It'll be lawn on this day. It'll be yard waste, and then it'll be getting our order ready. Yeah, I really like that, just having like just little hints of green. Perfect. Okay, so this is the lawn service, and this is yard waste, and this is our ordering. Okay. Do I not have any appointments next week? Oh, I do. I do. I was like, wait a minute. I have one appointment here. I do not have therapy, but my son does. And do we have anything else? I guess I should go to my monthly, which is just here, right? Okay. So I had my shot. That was the other thing. I had to have my shot last Monday. And so, yeah, I just really don't feel good this first couple days. And then here, and then, oh, we have this day off. So, Memorial Weekend. I know, I'm like off the screen here, but just hold on. No school. Okay, good to know. Good to know. And I welcome it. I welcome it too. Okay. I'm going to do my vertical now, which really does help. Like, make sense of all the timing of things. Like, it really helped yesterday. We were fitting in a lot of, like, I had to run to the chiropractor because, oh my goodness, I was getting like pain up the side of my skull because my vertebrae were like out of whack. It was just not cool. So yeah, so we're gonna get on here. It's a little squishy today, trying to fit everything in here. Let's put some of those things up there. The lilacs are just kind of getting in the way in a little bit, but they're so pretty. They're so pretty, and I love that. I don't have a matching theme, and that's okay. So we're going to put this across the bottom. Here. There we go. I would love to hear how everyone's week was this last week, this last month. How is May treating you? I guess life treating you. Sometimes it's random, sometimes it's plans falling into place. Trying to get this to go back up a little bit here. There we go. I don't know, when you have, I think people can relate to this, when you have a lot of like not great things happen to you, it can be really hard to accept when good things are happening, and you just kind of think, okay, all this good stuff is happening, where's the bad parts? You know? I think you can have more experience with bad things happening. I will say a year ago, I was finding out on the 26th. No, it was between the 26th. Well, that's kind of interesting. I think it was on the 29th or 30th. No, it was May 31st. I found out that I would have to like absolutely get a hysterectomy. And I was leaning that way, but so I was kind of mentally prepared for it. And I have a child and we weren't going to have another one. So I was like, okay with that concept, but I was not prepared for like, no, you need this out now. So, yeah, it'll be a year ago. And that's just, to me, like, it's been a year. Like, just this last week, I didn't realize. Okay, that's the other thing I want to talk about, the northern lights, the auroras. Here in the Seattle area, we got such a beautiful view, and I want to talk more about that. But I was sitting down today going, wait, that was just a week ago? I couldn't wrap my head around that, and I was like, I felt like 2 weeks ago. Oh, and then we have no school, so I'm going to put that up here. It's just like, what is time right now? What is time? So, and then I also have, we have one of the last therapy appointments. We're kind of both finishing up here in May. So there was a little snafu. Do I want this green? Yeah. Where we thought we had his therapy last week, but didn't end up to be that way because of just a scheduling snafu. So, and then usually it's around this point. I'll put a little dot there for the lawn service, and then here, let's see, here is when we get that, and then that, and then, oh, let me make it around 1, because sometimes it can get in the way, and then here. Okay. Trying to let these dry for a moment here. Anyway, time. What is time? The auroras. Oh my goodness. I had such a beautiful view. We had such a beautiful view from here. We just literally went out on our front porch area. Like, we didn't go anywhere. But I did see people in our community start to post on our Facebook page, it's starting. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Now we, as I've talked about, are night owls. If I remember and if I can figure it out, I will put some pictures here of what we took. If not, if you're not seeing any pictures, then I didn't figure it out very well. But I think I can put some in. And there was like a bright street lamp across the way. It was like not, and so we didn't see things as vividly as, you know, you could if you're further out. But it was definitely the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I thought, I was convinced, so I had seen them once from an airplane when we went to England 2015, and we did we flew late. It was an overnighter, and we flew out of Seattle straight to London Heathrow, and on the way we went over Greenland, and we were able to see, like in that area, Iceland, Greenland, that we could see some green kind of blobby in the sky, but it was very small. Very small. So I was always like, oh, I would love to go and see them sometime. But the timing, sometimes you never know. It's more common up there, but still. To see them from our front yard, I was just astounded. And so we started seeing just more of the shimmers, like just you can see them, yeah, as I said, so much better through the phone. And I think, you know, so many in the US saw them too. Like, that was the most amazing thing, is like there was just such reach to go like as far down as California and even Florida. Yeah, we first saw kind of more like the streaks just kind of coming down in all different colors. And then it kind of took a little bit of a break. And then I went out and checked at like 1:30 a.m. And I started seeing these flashes that went across the sky so fast. I had never seen something like that ever in my life. Like, you could, like earlier in the night, it kind of looked like fog or like clouds there, and that they were kind of slowly moving. And so you kind of can look at clouds and go, oh yeah, they just slowly move. And you know that like any airplane is going to take a while to go across the sky. But to see these flashes arc across the sky in a second, less than a second, like they're on one side to the other and moving, constantly moving, was just breathtaking. And to just look straight up and to see it all, like it seemed to be like this vortex right above us in our area. And it was just, I can't describe it. I'm just so lucky that I got to witness it. My husband and I were out there, and my son had gone to sleep at that point. He was not interested. He was like, yeah. Once in a lifetime thing, sure. Because he's kind of seen some, you know, he's seen the eclipse, he's seen some other things, and he was just like, I don't care. I don't really care. I think I'm going to put some tan over here. So nonplussed, is that what it's called? He was just not into it. And that's okay. We didn't force it. He was interested in some other things. I have a feeling I'm going to have a long list of things to do. So I'm just going to put dots all the way down. And then we have like our dinner time. I think I'm going to do around 6, even though we might eat a little earlier. because I usually, it's also like the prep. We don't start cooking at 6. It's a little too late. Especially if my son, you know, gets a little sick or something towards bedtime. You know. What else? I do need to see about who's doing carpool this week. My mom's been doing it. Okay, so she will do it these 2 days. And I am sitting. I'm sitting in a chair, and that's one of the biggest things for driving. So I think, yeah, then we actually only have to do 2 days. So that's kind of cool. Anything else on here? The quote on the bottom I can do again. Let me do that. Come back here, little quote. Okay, let me do that and I'll be, oh, come on, focus. There we go. Be right back. Okay, so that's the last time I write that quote and make sure my focus is. I did have one thought during the Aurora's was like, I'm using, I have a 4-year-old phone. Is it going on 5 years? No. I was going to upgrade last year. I did get an iPhone 15. I did not like it. Took it back. So this is iPhone 12. So looking forward to an iPhone 16. But that was the one thing I was like, I wish I had a better camera to try to film this once in a lifetime occurrence. So, yeah. I'm still getting my stamina back. Yeah, I'm just looking on here. I don't think I have anything else, which is nice. I've been, you know, I knew I had a post-op that I went to this last Friday. But it's nice kind of looking at the week and not having anything. So, let's see. This cover, I didn't think I would get this color. I had a personal rings in this color, and I decided to let it go because I just wasn't into it. This one I got on mega sale because it was not mega sale, but just from someone. It had like a bunch of black markings here that I just washed off. Like they just came off. The other person just didn't want to try and ruin it, and I was like, I'll try. So, yeah, I'm like using different covers now, just cause I like them. Let's see. I think I want to put this in both spots here, keeping it simple. But yeah, I was so inspired to be able to see those, and it was just so gorgeous. Because yeah, I think sometimes you get to this point, especially with a chronic illness, or if you're just like have trouble riding in airplanes. I don't do exceptionally well. I feel like I've done better over the years. I like wouldn't get on a plane much at all, and now I didn't want to be put under for surgery either, and look at me now. So to be able to have these experiences at home, I just thought I would never ever see them, or if I ever went, it would never to be to that degree. You know, like I'd be unlucky and get there and not be able to see much. But no, I just felt so extremely lucky with science and where we were and the time, and just luck, just a lot of luck. And I kind of feel that way about a lot of other things in my life too right now. Yeah, just feel really lucky about things. Little pink, little tan, keeping it simple here. Put our one appointment here. And I think on this one I will put green dots, I think. Let's see. The tape actually covers that one. Okay. Let's see if I can do here, here. I'm going to try to make a little dot there. Oh, no, it's not going to stay. That's okay. I could squeeze one down here, I guess. We'll see how where the week takes us. I have been keeping up here. It took a while to kind of keep up because I wasn't in this area. I was like way back here, like when I had my surgery, I had to kind of catch up through here. Love this sticker and these. It was just really nice to be able to look at some of these stickers. And then again, this one just made me so cheerful. Made me cheerful? I was cheerful. And I was taking some Tylenol around here. I had to like kind of log some other things. Yeah, like the auroras. Oh, I did have some vertigo after that, and I had some, and that's why I went to the chiropractor, because I think I like did something to my neck when I was looking up at the heavens, I guess. So yeah, catching up on those. So let's see. I'm also trying to separate out my medications from my supplements. I've mentioned this before. My supplements have all been directed by my doctor. Like, I'm low on iron, although I have a feeling I'm doing a lot better on iron. I'm feeling a whole lot better there. And more B12, more calcium. So I want to keep track of like supplements on this side and like medicines on this side, because that's kind of how they want you to think about it when you visit the doctor too. Well, for surgery, it really came up with like surgery was like stop all supplements before, just in case there's something. Oops. Kitchen sounds. Let's see. And then, the one thing, I need to catch up on days of my cycle, because I have no idea where I'm at. Again, hysterectomy, it's not that big of a deal, but I'm kind of wondering if I'm having some beginning hot flashes. And when you, there's 2 at the top. Okay, 1, 2, high, medium, low. When you get a hysterectomy, your blood flow to that area can make the blood flow to your ovaries a little different. I was talking to my OBGYN about that. Well, she's just GYN. And she was saying like, and I've kind of noticed my cycles are getting a little longer. So I could be perimenopause-ish is kind of where I'm at anyway. But it could come up a little sooner here because of just blood flow to my ovaries. But there's times when like my hands and my feet and just kind of feel like sweaty. I don't know. Kind of at night. But I don't feel like hot. I just feel like clammy. But it wasn't like my healing. I mean, they did say I could have some. I did have some like light fever going on at the beginning, just because, your body's just trying to repair itself. But, yeah, so that might be happening. So where am I number-wise? It was, yeah, so I should have been starting around here. Let Let me see if I have that marked on my calendar, because I think it's on my phone, which I'm recording on right now. So what did I write? Oh, the 7th is when I started. Okay. According to the symptoms that I track, which is just like breast tenderness. So this would be 32, because yeah, it was starting right before, but I had just had surgery, so like it's kind of a blur. So 33 and then 1, which it totally lines up. So it's when the breast tenderness goes away is when I mark it as kind of a shift like that. So, and then 2, 3, 6, and then 7, 10. Yeah, that's making more sense. Okay. So 13, 14. 19, 20. Perfect. Glad I could get caught up in that. So yeah, I don't really have anything else. I do have another follow-up that I put for July. It's quite a ways. So they're going to check up on my healing then. If not, there's some other kind of things that they can help me with. Okay. I am also looking at my calendar here. Yeah. I think I'm going to put no school here just to keep that on my radar. The other thing is that's right. The morning that I went in, yeah, it was very early. The morning of my surgery, I get this email saying, oh, my GI is leaving. Like, I just met her. I just transferred over to her. And so my doctor on Friday was like, I noticed that who you have is leaving. Do you need help finding someone new? I'm like, yes, I put in calls. I'm on like a wait list or two. They keep saying they're going to get back to me. They have not. So, yeah. Yes, please. Yes, please. So another new GI that I'll need to set up. Okay, so here is my weekly. Again, if it was like this and I had like 7 pages after, I'd probably be in one book. Yeah, that would be my ideal. But I still, again, I would have a week size. And then I have this one, very plain this week. That's just where things are at. And then this one, I feel like I'm missing something, but it's just really plain. And I have these in there. I will fill this out later, but yeah, I think that's it. So if you're new here, this is about what I do. Sometimes they're fancier. Sometimes they have a lot more design to them. Sometimes I do not have lilacs here. Yeah, I think that's it. I really want to thank everyone. I am feeling so supported by so many things and by all of you. All of you are supporting me and cheering me on each week. Not everyone. Like, there are going to be some who see these and say, oh, you know what, that's not for me. Because sometimes seeing the same planner that you have works really well. Sometimes having similar things that you can just connect with, whether you're a parent or not, or whether you have illnesses or conditions or whatever. Sometimes just having similarities is what you're looking for your community. And you're welcome to stay as long as you want. And if it's not for you, that's okay too. And now you know the trick. Take me out of your history or anyone or anyone. And yeah, I laugh a lot here. There's a lot of seriousness in the world, and I just want to share, like, there can be comfort for you, even through some really hard things. So subscribe on the way out if you haven't already. Like this if you really truly like it. And I will see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.